Words start wars and end them. Create love and choke it. Bring us to laughter, joy, and tears. Words cause men and women to willingly risk their lives, their fortune, and their sacred honor. Our world as we know it revolves on the power of words. End quote. By Roy William. In today's Cinephile episode, we discover the importance of language in a political thriller film starring Nicole Kidman and Sean Pence. For more, be sure to visit our Funday website. Hello everyone, I'm Wade, your Cinephile host. The Interpreter, 双面翻译, is a 2005 film with political intrigue as deception unfolds inside the United Nations, where a US Secret Service agent is assigned to investigate an interpreter who overheard an assassination plot. In the African Republic of Matobo, rebel leader and politician Jean Zola drives two men, Simon and Felipe, a photojournalist, to an abandoned sports stadium. They aim to document evidence of how the current president, Imad Zouani, and his forces have ruthlessly exterminated most of the population in the area. Simon and Zola enters the stadium, while Felipe stayed in the car. Upon their arrival, they discover that the informants are schoolboys, who points them in the direction of corpse. It wasn't long before shouting lured them back to the field.
It's okay. It's okay.
The teacher says good day to you.
The boys are revealed to be working for Zouani's secret police. Felipe hides and takes pictures of a man named Jean Gamba and then escapes. Meanwhile, Simon's sister Sylvia Broom is working as an interpreter for the United Nations in New York City. A security scare caused by a malfunctioning metal detector forces the evacuation of the UN building. Later that evening, as Sylvia returns to pick up some personal belongings, she overhears two men discussing an assassination plot. The next day, Sylvia recognizes words in a meeting where she is interpreting from phrases she had overheard the night before. She reports the incident to the UN security. The plot's target appears to be Zouani himself. They in turn call in the US Secret Service, which assigned Agent Tobin Keller and Dot Woods to investigate Sylvia's claim, as well as protect Zouani when he arrives. They meet with Zouani's personal head of security, former Dutch mercenary Niels Ludd. They then conduct a lie detector test on Sylvia.
Ms. Broom? Can I get you anything?
How about a hood?
I'm gonna split that.
When do I know the results?
Right away. You know when you're lying, don't you?
Ludd sends Keller information on Sylvia, which reveals her past involvement in a Matoban guerrilla group. Keller is suspicious of her backstory and questions whether her political background would make her support Zouani's death. Later, while Sylvia was back at the apartment, one of Gamba's men shows up wearing a mask to give her a scare. Keller and the Secret Service are soon informed and show up at the apartment to assure her safety. Keller then takes the rattled Sylvia out to get her mind off things.
Is there anything special about this mask?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know how honest I can be with you. My brother gave it to me. I still have a brother there who I'm close to, Simon. Well, we've lost touch for a while, but we're close.
The two grow close as Keller keeps watch over her apartment. Felipe arrives in New York and calls Sylvia to meet. She goes to meet him with Keller's men clandestinely following. She loses them and meets with Felipe at the park, where he informs her of Zola's death. But, unable to bear her grief, lies and says he doesn't know what happened to Simon. Sylvia attempts to obtain information by way of Kuman about what happened to her brother by boarding a bus that Kuman takes to work. Kuman reveals and assures her that he doesn't know of Simon's whereabouts. Sylvia accepts Kuman's story and gets off the bus. Right before a blast from a bomb placed by Gamba, Ludd's right-hand man went off and killed everyone on board, including Kuman. Kelo arrives on the scene and takes Sylvia home. There, he confronts her to find out the truth.
How do you know Kuman?
I don't. I never met him before.
You're lying to me again. You think that not getting caught in a lie is the same thing as telling the truth?
I'm not lying. I went to him for help.
With what?
I can't tell you. Someone might get hurt.
Someone might get hurt. There's a bus full of dead people. Someone might get hurt? Who? Someone you know?
No.
Someone who's mixed up in all
No.
this? Are you? Why did you leave Africa?
I told you.
No, you didn't tell me. Why did you come here?
Stop it.
God damn it!
Stop shouting at me.
Stop lying to me!
I'm not
Stop
lying.
lying to me!
I was just on that bus that blew up. I can't think with all this noise. I can't. You have to stop.
Keller then shows Sylvia a photo he found of her and demanded an explanation. Sylvia then proceeds to explain that she and Simon joined the group after her parents' death, partly out of revenge, but also to get the world to listen. Sylvia reveals that she left the group after being forced to shoot someone in self-defense and decided that using diplomatic means through the UN was the best way to bring about change. Felipe is later found dead in his hotel room. He wrote a note to Sylvia revealing the truth about her brother's whereabouts.
Would you read it to me, please?
Dear Sylvia, I came to tell you something, and then didn't. I wanted to, but when I saw you, I couldn't find the words. I told you I didn't know where Simon is. That was a lie. He was there that day. A young boy shot him. I couldn't tell you because I'm a coward. Simon was braver than me. You're braver than me. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Back at the apartment, Sylvia narrowly avoids an assassination attempt by Gamba, whom Keller later kills. She leaves a voicemail on Keller's phone saying she's going back home. Keller takes this to mean she's returning to Matobo and dispatches an agent to intercept her at the airport. Meanwhile, Zuani arrives at the UN to deliver his address. The purported assassin is discovered and shot dead by Ludd, while Zuani was in the middle of his address to the General Assembly. Security personnel rush Zuani to a safe room for his protection. Sylvia, anticipating this, has been hiding in the safe room and confronts Zuani and intends to kill him herself in revenge for all the crimes he's committed. Keller determines that the assassination plot is a false flag operation created by Zuani to gain credibility and back up his claim that his rivals are terrorists. Keller realizes that Sylvia returning home means going to the UN and rushes to the safe room just in time. Sylvia tearfully forces Zuani to read a page from his autobiography at gunpoint.
Gunfire around us makes it hard to hear. But the human voice is different from other sounds. It can be heard.
Can be heard over noises that bury everything else, even
when it's not shouting. Even when it's just a whisper. Even the lowest whisper can be heard over armies.
When?
When it's telling the truth.
Keller convinces Sylvia to put the gun down, reminding her of the story she had told him earlier that vengeance doesn't always cure grief. and that the International Criminal Court will stand Zuwani on trial now that the assassination attempt has been revealed as a setup. Only after Zuwani finished reading does she comply. Zuwani is successfully indicted by the court, and Sylvia reconciles with Keller before returning to Matobo, her true home. This movie is most notable for being the first movie to be filmed inside the United Nations headquarters, as well as the final feature film directed by Sidney Pollack before his death in 2008. We ultimately see the importance of words and the role it plays in our lives, as well as what it looks like to forgive and let go of the past in order for us to live out a better tomorrow. 接下来 Ruby 要揭晓今天电影迷双面翻译的 interpreter 要教我们些什么。Hey Ruby, have you ever met an interpreter before?
Actually, I dreamed of being one myself when I was in college. I joined a few courses and met a few experienced interpreters.
Oh, why did you want to be an interpreter and not a translator?
Well, the difference between the two is the media. Translators work with written content, while interpreters work with people.
Oh, that's true. And the latter requires ability to react quickly.
对，因此对语言的了解需要非常透彻，感觉也更有挑战性 ，which interested me.
Oh, cool. 那能不能分享一些口译的技巧呢？
Well, the most important thing is to interpret correctly.
Ah, yes, that is the basic, 最基本的。
虽然基本，但可不容易。For example, he's gone. 你会怎么译成中文呢？
他走了。
但是如果加上后文 he's gone, but will always be in our hearts， 这样呢？
Oh, I see what you mean. 在这里虽然也是 gone， 但却有死亡的意思。
Yes, cultures play an important role as well. 要把谚语翻成另外一个语言，并且准确的话，也是非常困难的。
哦，真的不简单呢。Well, I'm Wade.
I'm Ruby.
I hope you've learned something useful in this episode of Cinephile as I did. You can find more on the Fun Day website. Let's make every day a fun day.
How do you know Kuman?
I don't. I never met him before.
You're lying to me again. You think that not getting caught in a lie is the same thing as telling the truth?
I'm not lying. I went to him for help.
With what?
I can't tell you. Someone might get hurt.
Someone might get hurt. There's a bus full of dead people. Someone might get hurt? Who? Someone you know?
No.
Someone who's mixed up in all
No.
this?